Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
It is indeed, like the kids say, time to boogie. Whoa, the music is very loud. Let's turn that down. Maybe turn my mic up just a hair so it can hear me over here. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Plot Coalition YouTube channel. Got some news, some stuff going on, stuff to talk about. So he quoted me, let's go. It's time to boogie. It's time to boogie. Now, so to cut to the chase, for everybody who jumped in from the Discord, about the release date. Right now we're aiming for May 31st, so the very end of the month. Kind of collectively, after talking to some of the team and stuff. Let me turn the music down a little bit more. After talking to the team about how we're feeling and stuff, that feels very reasonable for us. We've had a lot of systems and stuff that we put into place, and so yeah, I'm trying to turn the music down, find a balance. I might just turn it way down. We're gonna go like there. Hopefully that helps. But May 31st is the plan. The team's feeling good about it, and like we can hit there reasonably, especially just with everything that we have figured out and ironed out. And now it's just a matter of wrapping up a few things and dropping it all in. So that is super exciting. In the event that we have to push a delay, we will. But our goal was to do early May, and we've already pushed it a few weeks, and we're not going to release something unless we feel like it is good to put out there. But it's we're very excited about this one. The whole team has put in a ton of great work into it, so that has me super excited. Couple of notes. So last week, as you guys know, played with Craig Lee Thomas, or John Helldiver, on stream. And the night before that, I was supposed to record a bunch of motion capture for this episode. And I went to turn on my motion capture suit, and it had issues, which is not fun. It's not totally uncommon, for these cheaper Rococo suits, but I am getting on with them tomorrow to figure out what the dealio is, and they should be able to fix it. I've had a similar issue in the past where basically like they mandate like a firmware update and then it kills it. So I've seen the issue before and they fixed it in the past. So I should have that fixed tomorrow to wrap up the rest of the motion capture. But in the meantime, I've been like, all right, well, what else is out there? Because I can't afford a second mocap suit, like obviously. So after looking around and talking with Sam Filmmaker, who does Helldivers Forever War, I decided to look into this program called Marionette, which is a video-based motion capture solution, which is pretty neat. So the thing with a lot of video-based motion capture solutions is they're all online, they're all cloud-based, and they're terrible. Well, not terrible. There are many of them that are pretty decent, but they basically like charge you a bunch of money and you have to do all these credits and stuff, and it's a huge pain in the butt. And so me and the animation team, we found this software called Marionette that is very cheap in comparison. It's like the base version, I think, is like $12 or $15 a month, and we found a 50% off discount code, so it was like $7. And it all runs locally on your computer. So you take a video of yourself, you input it, and then you can produce motion capture from it. It does take a little bit longer and the results aren't always great. It definitely has its limitations, so I'll be very excited to get the mocap suit back. It also has some quirks in animation in general, just like working with the rigs that we have set up and whatnot, that the motion capture suit definitely makes way easier and will make things go much faster. The jackboot was one of your favorite helmets in the whole game. That's the main character. That is Mason Jamoa himself. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what that workflow is like, and I'm thinking I'll probably do like a full-on tutorial for the King Dino and Up members about like how to walk through this whole thing, because I also think a lot of issues can be resolved just by like being aware of the quirks of this, which is any motion capture system. My mocap suit is the same exact thing. There are plenty of quirks with it. If the Marionette works well, do you think it'll become a permanent part or a temporary solution for now? Right now, a temporary solution for sure, because Unreal Engine is working on their own version of the same technology. But the results are good enough, and I will be entirely honest. Marionette is way better from a comfort standpoint. Like, I can just be in whatever clothes I want as long as they're not too baggy, and get like pretty decent motion capture. So it's pretty cool. And we're gonna walk through. I'm gonna do like a motion capture performance on video. We're gonna process it live and then bring it into Unreal and run it. So I have to open up each program one at a time because I fear having them all open with OBS is probably gonna be a little bit of an issue. So usually I have like the whole thing up, and then like I'll play back the video so I can hear the audio and stuff, the actors and whatnot. But for now, we're just gonna go with what we have here and work through it. But then the motion capture suit should be fixed tomorrow for me to blitz through the rest of it. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how this works. We're gonna get right into it. Once again, we're aiming for May 31st as a release date. Hopefully getting it out to members the day before. But if we don't, trust me, it will be worth the wait. And I'm trying to get some more special stuff together soon. There's also just been a lot of life stuff going on with everybody, myself included. So, you know, we are doing this out of passion, out of love, and this is really an escape for us. So that's always super nice. Are all the episodes based on scenes with different Warbonds? Yeah, so each one is based on a different set of Warbonds. So there's at least 2 paired together. So the first one was Polar Patriots, Masters of Ceremony. This next one, Force of Law, Urban Legends, Cutting Edge and Control Group. Episode 3, Viper and Python Commandos. Episode 4, Redacted Regiment and ODST. Episode 5, Borderline Justice and Dust Devils. Episode 6, right? Yes, episode 6 is Truth Enforcers, Servants of Freedom, and Righteous Revenants. Righteous Revenants, is that what it is? Yeah. Then Freedom's Flame and Chemical Agents. And then the last one is Democratic Detonation and Steel Veterans. So we're very excited. And we're actively also working on episodes 3 and 4 right now, as far as the writing and everything goes, and getting that stuff figured out, and even some of the models. So, thank you. The shirt, I got this from one of my coworkers. They got it for me for my work anniversary, so that was very sweet of them. All right, let's get into this mocap thing, huh? We're gonna go to the GoPro cam. And just so you know, it is not the most flattering when I first go to it. It's going to be full on dad bod. But what we're going to do a performance of Jack Smith and Mason Jamoa. We're going to roll them both in one take, even though it'll cover 3 shots. We're just going to do each of them as one take. To put through. So one of the limitations of this software is it struggles when you're holding something like weapons, which is a problem because you get better data from the mocap suit when you're actually holding something heavy and the way that your body responds and naturally corrects for it. But you know, it's not the end of the world by any means. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the performance for that now, and we'll bring it into Marionette. Here we go. Mocap cam. Hello. Alright. So first you gotta step back here and go into a T pose so I can see you. And then I like to move around. Give it some data to work with. Right? And then we're gonna go like this. Gonna pretend we're holding a gun. I'm gonna have to correct the arms anyways.
This is one hell of a Tuesday at the office, Jamoa. Man. I don't like this.
We'll do another one. Move around a little bit. Give it a something to recalibrate off of. Yeah, I'll make sure I can kind of see both my arms.
This is one hell of a Tuesday at the office, Jamoa. I don't like this.
Alright. There's our Jack Smith. That's Jack Smith for you. I'm going to stop the recording right there. And now, we're going to do Mason Jamoa's take. There we go. Alright. T-pose. Try to make sure my arms are level. There we go. Alright. And then here we go. Mason Jamoa. You know, he's loosened up. He's holding a gun too. Actually, I might be able to hold a gun for this one. That might confuse the mocap software, but we'll be good. We'll be good. I can at least hold the pistol.
Yeah. The whole apartment building must be infected. This is gonna be a hell of a lot of paperwork.
Do it again. Again, usually I would use the voice actor's lines, but for the stream, I'm just doing it this way because Unreal Engine might melt the computer running OBS and Marionette at the same time.
The whole apartment building must be infected. This is gonna be a hell of a lot of paperwork.
And we'll call that good. Maybe I should keep this GoPro cam thing. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-bum. Okay, let's... Bye-bye. We're back here. Gotta set the GoPro aside. The GoPro is nice to have because I tried doing it with my regular camera, but it wasn't wide enough. So the GoPro definitely helps, but you could also just record it on a phone, which if you're doing like just single animations, that honestly might be better, because you don't get like any frame rate drops or anything. You just set it up and let it rip. 1 second. Uno momento, guys. I am gonna go real quick. My mom just texted me, so I want to make sure she's okay. And as much as I love you guys, my mom's more important. Let me, I'm gonna go ahead and throw up. I'm not gonna throw up. Let me, I'm gonna throw on this countdown. I'll be right back. Oh shoot. I'm back. I'm sorry. I forgot I muted that for privacy. I'm back. No. Everything's all good. My mom just wanted to chat. She's driving in the car. She went to go see my niece. My brother and my niece. And she's driving back to her house. And she wanted to talk. But the way that my parents send messages is like they're always so cryptic, and you never know like what you're in for when when you get a text from them. So like the text that she sent, I'm driving home from blanks. can you talk? Question mark. I'm like, okay, Mom, you've sent me that before, and it was like, you wanted to talk about your garden, and you've sent me that before, and a family member died. And there's zero in between. So, but we're good. We're good. My mom's okay. She just wanted to talk on the phone, so I'm going to call her after this. We're going to have a nice conversation. But for now, we'll jump back into this side of things. So, Mama Plot is a-okay. We're all good. You just can't jump scare me like that. Let's see here. What shot is this gonna be? It's gonna be... I'm just gonna name these both. 6'9", Jamoa, and 069, Smith. Okay. All right, let's jump into Marionette. Let's see what's up here. All right. So this is Marionette, and let's go ahead and import the footage. Which is gonna be these two clips we just recorded. I'm gonna open them up. So this is how this software works, and it's pretty cool. It's a bit slower than it opened up on my face. I guess that's what I started recording, so I can't blame it by any means. Grape, when aren't you stealing my wife? For real, for real. First you came for her heart. Alright, so the first thing you do is you go in here and you find that T-pose. Looks like there might be some shutter issues, so I'm going to hope those aren't too egregious. But I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hit this calibrate button. And it's going to do basically like a soft, like, look at the motion, like where I am, and do like basically a Snapchat filter level retarget. So you can see it looks pretty rough over here. But it's running, and it sees where my hands are, it sees where my feet are. All that jazz. So we're gonna go to the end of this, and I'm gonna set an out point, and I'm gonna take this clip, I'm gonna drag it out over here, set an out point right there. Okay. Did I name these backwards? Oh, I did. Stupid me. I named those backwards, so I'll have to name them the opposite way when I export them. Whoops. So this one's supposed to be Jack Smith, not Mason Jamoa. But here we go. We have this. I'm gonna go ahead and check my settings over here. What I've noticed is Marionette does a pretty good job with the fingers. Marionette does a terrible job with the wrists. So I usually leave that off now. So it's not perfect, but once again, this was a software that was $7 after the 50% discount code that I found, which if you want to use that, I think it's like nils-50-off or something like that. It's from some YouTuber that I found. But so I'm going to have that set up, and I'm just going to basically tell it to process this whole clip. And we'll let that run in the background. Grape and I are the real power couple of the coalition. For real. I'll catch up on 17 likes, baby. Let's go. If you haven't liked this stream, only like it if you do like it. Don't like it out of pity. In fact, if you dislike the stream, dislike it. But please don't. Hello, Plot Coalition. I was just making my Helldivers fan book and saw your stream. Hey, Eli Moses, P1G. Noise. Welcome to the stream. And that's super awesome that you're making a book. We're at 20 now. Let's go. So this is the biggest problem that I have with Marionette right now is it does take a bit to process, which is like for what you're getting, it's actually not that bad. So like another example of like one that I tested out last time my mocap suit was having issues and I was like, do I need to look for another solution? Was a software called Flow Studio, which has become like very rampantly like all about like just being AI generated stuff, which is kind of yucky. But their motion capture was actually pretty solid, and I wish like there was just a motion capture solution that was just whatever they have. If that was like an option to get and run locally, that'd be sweet because it was pretty solid. But to get that motion capture, and it was a bit of a problem, a bit of a hassle to retarget, but I also didn't pay for it. I just used like the free version they had at the time. But that mocap took like 40 minutes, and it's like part of the problem with a lot of those online things is you're basically just sitting in a queue hoping that nobody else is making like video motion capture at the time. But this runs locally on your computer, so it's all dependent on how many things you have running. I'm willing to bet if I wasn't running OBS, it might go a little bit faster. But we'll just let it finish running here in the background. It's also a fairly long clip. It's about 54 seconds. Does plot like cheese? I do like cheese. We also have our Lord of Cheese in here. Mad Dog is our Lord of Cheese. He even got his what's your favorite cheese question snuck in to Craig Lee Thomas last week. I was looking for a perfect opportunity, which, to be fair, as I asked what his favorite cheese was, and then like 2 questions later, somebody asked what his opinion on Cars 2 was. So, I mean, you know, I feel like favorite cheese was certainly not the most absurd question he got. Dude, your movies was so good. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we had a blast putting together For Liberty. Super humbled by just how it did and everything. And then with Heroes of the Galactic War Episode 1, what I love about that film is like it's everything that by the end of For Liberty I was like, I think I finally know what I'm doing. I was like, I feel like I can finally lock in. And I did like putting together episode 1 was just like all these different things that I was theorizing of like, okay, if I could go back and redo all these things and I plan it out a little bit more and I have this structure, I have this mythical structure in my head, and if I could do that, I might just have something on my hands that like is both fast but also, you know, isn't booty. And then episode 1 was proof of that, and I think episode 2 is as well. All right, so here's our motion capture of that clip. So we can hit play and watch it back. And here we go. This is the mocap. And it does a really good job cleaning it. It does a really good job of sticking the feet to the ground, which is huge. As you can see, like where it should be holding the gun isn't great. They do have like a bunch of cleanup tools, but I haven't bothered really learning them because I'm mostly looking to get my mocap suit back up and running. But right now, like, this is pretty decent for, I paid $7 for a month subscription to this. And even if it was 15, like, that's really good. So that's the clip. We can export that, and then we'll do the other one. And thank you, Ghosty. Dealing with my own project at the moment. Aren't we all? You'll have to post about that in the Discord. I'd love to check your project out. All right, so I need to rename this. That wasn't actually Mason Jamoa. That was Jack Smith. So I'm going to export out that mocap. And it exports to, if anybody's familiar with working with Mixamo files, which are pretty popular. That's how the skeleton exports. Hopefully they do more skeleton options in the future, because one of the nicest things about Rococo is just being able to go in and do the export for the UE5 skeleton. And since we're working with metahumans now, it retargets like super cleanly, which makes the whole process like super fast. Like getting usable mocap on a character and having it be like 90% finished for most shots is like literal minutes with our new pipeline, because we don't have to worry about like, it's like if it's just a shot from like the chest up and the feet are like not perfect, who cares? You know? All right, so there's a little bit of motion blur on this one, so it might have some issues, but and we'll see how it does holding the gun. So once again, you can see that it's not super clean up here, but it's effectively just a Snapchat filter at the moment. But let's go ahead and let the... Oh, I gotta drag it onto the timeline. That's something like I keep forgetting. It's like you drag it in. It's also a really intuitive program, surprisingly, for how cheap it is. Like the fact that there's like very little lag to load the video and stuff is quite nice. All right, we'll let that process, and then we'll bring it into Unreal. I'll retarget it, show how it works, and then I'm gonna call my mom. But she was going through a dead zone anyways. So my project is a total bug annihilation. Oh, is total bug annihilation. I see. I'm playing Tamagotchi Life as I listen and watch this. Noise. Mrs. Coalition says, I usually read and listen, LOL. As you can tell from the mocap vid, my game station is unreachable at the moment. You could be playing right now. I've been telling Mrs. Coalition, she was up here. She's really into water park simulator. She was like yelling at the different characters and stuff, the different NPCs. Gonna have you muted in the background, friend. Gotta record lines. Just pretend I'm here, actively listening. Hey, I appreciate you keeping the stream up, even if you can't hear me right now if I'm already muted. But I appreciate that. That's super ass. Big ass. Could you add a parade commissioner driving FRV and have it call the whip? I call my FRV the whip. Well, probably not for this episode, which is like the one that has the FRV in it. Because a lot of the lines are already recorded, but that is super cool. FRV, underrated stratagem in the game. The greatest strategy. Stratagem, my goodness. I'm EP. I gotta be up early tomorrow to do this call with Rococo to get the suit fixed, which hopefully won't take long. Usually they just go in, and because it was the firmware that bugged it out, it should just be a quick, they like reinstall and reset everything, which is like dumb that like I can't do that on my own, but they're always like super nice, so I don't I don't mind entirely, and I can't be too mad because Rococo has always been really good to the channel and stuff. But the troubleshooting of the suit when there are solutions like this out there, and like knowing that these are only getting better, because video mocap this time last year, there really was only like, there was like Quick Magic was okay, and Flow Studio was pretty good, but like, you know, it wasn't anything super reliable. But like now, and like when Unreal Engine has their own version that's built for metahumans, it's gonna be a tough one. Just saying, because like their stuff with like facial motion capture, which by the way, we are planning on doing more like engaged streams with like actors and stuff. I really want to figure out how to like stream in an actor remotely and have them control a character on my computer and do a live stream with you guys. I think that'd be super cool. I just haven't had the time to break that down. Oh, of course. You excited for the Warhammer 40K collab, by the way? Think they'll add anything insane, like a different tank? I am very excited about the Warhammer collab. I think it's super awesome. So there's a like an image from way back, like almost 2 years ago now, probably right around 2 years ago. That was like it was like the first Hell Marine render, but like it's a Helldiver themed Space Marine, and I remember it went viral on Reddit and Instagram and stuff. I started seeing it everywhere. And it was funny because my friend's son made that. And he sent it to me, like a picture of his computer screen when he was working on it. And he was like, because he knew I was working on For Liberty or had just started production on it. And he was like, look at this thing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And it was like a work in progress at the time. And then later on I saw it and I was like, wait, that's like the exact same image. And I sent it to my friend. I was like, does your son know that that this image went viral? And he was like, I just told him, he's freaking out. Which is pretty cool. But, all right, so here we go. Here's that second clip. Once again, like the feet sticking to the ground, like looks really good. Like even when I go out of frame and it doesn't even know where my feet are, like that was pretty solid. I didn't really have anything to go off of. This is one hell of a Tuesday. Or whatever. Oh, this is Mason Jamoa's line. So it's different. But see this? Like there's a little bit of jitter here and there. But overall, this is like, to not have to buy a mocap suit, this is like very workable. If you know that you have to go in and clean up stuff like the hands. Like that's a worthwhile trade-off in my opinion. Especially if you're just getting started. So we've been using this for a few shots. Gonna be using the motion capture suit for most of the stuff. But for some of these, it's like a pretty decent solution. Let's get this exported. Let's boot up Unreal. I'll retarget it. Kind of show it on the shot. We'll do like a quick cleanup, and then I'll probably end the stream so I can go call my mom back. IDK if there's already something similar in the game already, but I want Arrowhead to add a gas pistol like the flamethrower sidearm in Freedom's Flame. So they don't have, I'm gonna go to full screen for a minute while I get Unreal up. They don't have a gas pistol like that like sprays. But they do have a gas pistol in the Redacted Regiment that's pretty good. where it like shoots a dart. And it like basically does like local confusion to a single enemy. Yes, I'm using that engine. The Unreal Engine. The Unreals. Out of hate, there's already something so. Oh, yeah. Massive respect to animating. What a painstaking task. At least we don't have to do it by trying images on sheets anymore and flipping them. True, true. Let me show you guys this. There are like two like kick-ass animations that two of our animators did on the control group gals. Give me a moment while I load up Unreal. It takes a second to load this map because it's incredibly dense now. I showed it after we played with Craig last week. So like it's very filled out now. I haven't added too much to it since that stream because I've been mostly focused on animation. Oh, now we're getting the choppy frame rate and everything. Nice, nice. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down your video settings. Unreal's gonna melt my computer, guys. Oh, here we go. For those who didn't see it on the stream, give it a moment to load over here. And I'll pull it up. Come on. Give me some frame rate back. Alright, frame rate's probably going to be choppy because of... Oh my goodness, the stream is crunchy. Okay, so here we go. So those who didn't get to see the city last time, here it is. It's built around kind of like what can be seen in the film, and then like anything else that's small will fill out pretty quick as we get ready to do those final renders. But it's looking pretty sweet, and then it's like kind of lit per shot. So there are a few lights that we have in there, and then like per specific shot, we'll give it some more lighting. But let's go ahead and load up. I'm gonna switch to unlit mode, and we're gonna load. Well, actually, we'll import the animation real quick. So, like I mentioned, it runs on Mixamo. So let me grab our 2 clips we just did. Oh! I forgot, the Marionette also exports the audio, which is nice for like reference. But I don't need it in this case. So we'll import that on the Mixamo body. There you go. We have our animation in there, and we'll retarget it real quick to our metahuman. I'm just using this character. What's nice about the system is I can kind of like dump a bunch of stuff into different folders and whatever, and because of how we have it set up, I basically never have to go into it. As you can see, now we have animation on our character. Looks pretty sweet. Yeah. So we'll go to where this shot is at. Now I can kind of do this. Actually, you know what? Now I'll load the whole thing because I want to show you guys those other animations real quick. I was gonna say I could just type in the animation that I need to go to and we could just pull that up off rip and jump into it and work on it. Which is like with all the systems and stuff in place and working is like, so it's little quality of life stuff like that just makes it so nice. All right, let's get these two animations real quick. So we got our boys down here. This is one that I did. So it's this one. This one looks super sweet. This was animated by hand by one of our guys. We're still finishing lighting and stuff on it. But looks pretty sweet. And then the other one is right next to where we're gonna be working on this next shot, which is down a little bit. That is 5.5. I believe his was 7.2. There you go, 7.4. So I posted a reel of this as well. It looks pretty sweet. And then there's like a full, like in the subsequent shots is where the rest of the animation plays out. But it looks super sweet. I mega dig it. But it won't play the rest because we're under the parent of this entire sequence at the moment. So let's see where we're at. 069. This is one of the shots. This is the Grand Juror. This is like another good example of like different things that we can do. Animation looks so fun, but it hurts my head 3 times I tried to get into it. I really like working in Unreal Engine for animation. I've tried Blender and I've done Blender before. I do not like animating in Blender. I think it's terrible. Unreal for me is just a lot more intuitive, but I've also been like dedicating so much time to learning it. The Warhammer collab announcement gives me hope for Team Fortress 2 collab, which would probably make me gyrate my pants. Well, that is extreme, but good for you, bud. But here's like another good example. Like we have all these illuminate in this shot, right? And that's basically like I went through once and kind of like set up this small crowd on just this really long 1500, as you can see there, it's 1500 frames of animation that I can kind of play at different rates and different spots here. That just kind of loops like all this idle motion that in this sequence helps because it's going to be pretty chaotic with some of this stuff. So let's just throw our stuff on here. I'm gonna delete these rigs because we won't need them, and I'm gonna do 069 Smith. So this is what I was talking about, where like it does some weird things on the body because the metahuman and the Mixamo skeletons don't match up, which I can rebuild the retargeter to help with it, but I feel like once I get my mocap suit back up and running, that's just going to be a non-issue, and you know, I won't be as worried about it. So here's me doing all my poses and stuff that we just recorded earlier. Then I get up. That's probably getting ready to do the line. And there it is. Probably do it right with the action. There we go. Kind of have them look around pretty frantically. Look how freaky some of these zombies look. This was a zombie pack from Big, Medium, Small. You can basically make all these different modular zombie characters. And kind of these different stages of zombiness. So I just did that and I turned the material in their eyes to blue. So then it gives you this. That was such a freaky thing to come back to. Also, apparently all their skin turned white, so there must be something broken in their material. So I need to look into that. Oh, that was freaky. Okay. Let's get back to our guys with substrate materials. Look how realistic that gunmetal looks. Oh, I love our new system. It looks so nice. All right. So then, basically, what we'll do is I'll add a layered control rig. We'll go through and adjust the things that I know need adjusting. For example, the hips. We'll need to go forward. I'm going to go back to the first frame. Just to make them kind of like parallel to the floor. Sometimes the legs don't quite touch the floor correctly. So like I said, this is not a perfect motion capture solution by any means, but to get motion on your character this fast from just a video you record of yourself, it pretty much works. Wait, this means you could make a Helldiver throw it back, LMAO. Grape, this is true. I've noticed with some of these guys, hello mouth. With some of these guys, it also like compresses the neck down. Sometimes I just pop that over just a hair, and then we'll also fix the clavicles. Which I'm gonna pull it there, and then we'll adjust how it's intersecting here as well. And then this arm I'm not going to worry as much about because we're just going to parent that to the other arm. Which this guy has some wonky weights, but I figured wonky weights for him specifically would be a little bit better. Oh, you guys want to see a really funny animation of this guy? One of our animators, he did a lot of the shots in For Liberty where it's like the veterans showing up. He did this one. Let me find it real quick. It's in our animation. Discord. Let me download it real quick. Whoop, we're missing it. He also shared he shared at one point like a meme-ified version of it. This is where's the closer to final one? Yeah, here we go. He's so good. He's so good at the visceral animations. Hey man, I'm starting my College of Animation after summer. Any advice from a master? First of all, I am not a master. I am a dude on the internet. Okay. I'm a guy on the internet who you know, is figuring all this out. But I appreciate it. I am no master by any means. That being said, I would recommend if you're going to college and you're doing 3D animation, they're probably going to teach you Maya would be my guess. Which Maya is really good, but I would encourage just looking into Unreal and what that workflow looks like, because I have a hypothesis that why are these not showing up? There it is. Right hand bike. This like set animation pose. So I got like this one. That was like from a bike riding pack. It's just like basically a closed fist, which I suppose I could just do a closed fist, but I tend to find this one's better for the guns, and then I just straighten the index finger. But I recommend learning something like Unreal because it is where I do think like a lot of the industry and this stuff is going when it comes to like just the ability to do stuff in real time, and like, you know, animate like this, where it's like you're looking at your near final frame, and like can see that in context. So the way that we have that set up, you know, allows us to iterate very quickly, and basically like it's what allows the show to be made so fast. So that would be my recommendation, is look into Unreal and tinker around with it. You might like what you see. Here, this is what we'll do. We'll parent this. To there. And like, you know, coming from somebody who started off, I didn't used to animate in Unreal because the tools weren't there, but they've invested so much in the last several years that has made it like a no-brainer to get into. This guy's arm things make it so inconvenient. Sorry guys, I'm locking in. I'm locking in so I can call my mom back. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna also twist him. Also, just the amount that like, so one of my philosophies with like Unreal Engine is I try to pay attention to like, what is Unreal Engine focused on? You know, what are their goals seemingly? And right now they seem pretty invested in Substrate, metahumans, and PCG. So I'm like, okay, I think I need to start learning those things. So that is like half the game when it comes to a lot of this stuff, is like just paying attention to what are they feeling they should invest the most in. Oh snap, I was just about to stream and then I see you're animated and had to stop by. Yo, it's York Street Gaming. Let's go. Thank you for the gifted membership, my man. Good to see you. York, fantastic, wonderful guy. You should definitely go over to his YouTube channel and subscribe. He's a senior animator. Has been working in the video game industry for a lot of years. Did a lot of the animals in Red Dead. Did a lot of mocap animation in God of War Ragnarok. Worked on GTA 5. Worked on Spider-Man 2. Works on 6 Days in Fallujah. He is so good. I hope all is well with you too, man. We need to catch up. I've just been super busy. A lot of life stuff going on. A lot of stuff making a show going on. Just all the things. You know how it is. But yeah, no, York is fantastic. Yeah, no, York Street Gaming. Go check him out. Go check out his YouTube channel. He's a fantastic animator, and he's probably worked on like some of your favorite games. He's so cool and so generous, and he's been following my channel for a good bit now. I found his channel a while back and just like started commenting and watching his streams back when I was working on New Frontiers, the Titanfall stuff, and he saw that and like offered to help me. Just giving me advice and stuff, and I'm like, man, you are a saint, because it was so rough back then. And then like while working on the Red Dead film, like he was always showing up. And then during For Liberty as well. So it's amazing to see you. Yo, what's up? Butte Gaming. Welcome. Alright, so we're gonna get this guy's fingers rolled up on here. York, so earlier in the stream I was showing, I've been testing out this mocap solution called Marionette, which is like a video-based motion capture. And it's super cheap. It doesn't have like any credits or anything. It all runs locally on your computer. And it does a pretty solid job. It is nowhere near perfect by any means, but without having to get a mocap suit. What the heck? What? When did you move? What? Oh shoot. Let me hit that save real quick and delete that constraint. Cause what's the dog doing? You need to be over here. When did that move? No. What the heck? I constrained it so it wouldn't do that. I've never seen that before. Ah, well. This is like probably overkill, honestly, because you can't even really see the fingers in this shot. But we don't settle for mediocre. We settle for just above that. Unreal does hate constraints. Where's that guy? Who said he was going to college? Where you at? Car 331 said you're going to college. Go check out some of York's videos. he has excellent advice, especially if you're getting into it. He's been in this industry for a long time, working on movies. He worked on the Batman, working on video games, just all the stuff. Go check out his channel. He has a great video about like how to get started in like creative and like follow your passion stuff that he just put out. It's a wonderful video. He's fantastic. Definitely check out his channel, especially if you're going to college and getting started. In this, I can't offer you as professional of advice because I never went to college or anything like that. I'm just a goober on the internet. Just did a deployment with the 505th. How's the episode 2 going? When can we expect the ODST episode? ODST episode will be episode 4. And this episode's going pretty good. We are anticipating a release date of May 31st. You're one of my favorite goobers too, York. GTA 5. That's a good favorite project. Yeah, it's crazy how long York's been in this and worked on games that like I've played, and like, you know, just like as I, you know, got to know him through his YouTube channel and stuff, it was like, wait a second, you like animated like all of these things that like all these different moments I've had in games. Every time I've been attacked by a cougar in Red Dead Redemption 2, that was York. Oh, what's my favorite chapter in Warhammer? Okay, so I'm not a huge. I'm not as versed in Warhammer lore. I've played Space Marine 2. And my uncle is really into Warhammer. I feel like it's one of those franchises that like once I dive in, I will get sucked in. And so while I'm doing the Helldivers thing, I'm trying to keep my focus. Yes, York, we do need to stream soon. Did you just gift another membership? My man. So cool. So cool. Thank you so much for dropping into the stream, and have a good stream yourself. I will try to catch in. I gotta call my mom. But all right, so here we go. So we have this dropped in. This was the animation that we did. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by little things. But you know, this is off of Marionette. There is some issues, especially there towards the end, that like, you know, we can address for sure. Like this here. Whoop. Again, when the constraints are working and stuff, it's actually like super nice. And then we'll go to the end where like this is obviously like not good. It's just where it got confused. Clearly. He's about to pop that guy's head. No, it's all good. I get so easily distracted on stream. I try to pick like things that I'm like, okay, like I don't need to be like super locked in. Because if I lock in on stream, I go dead silent. Like if you were watching me in the background, you would have think I fell asleep. But okay, I mean this looks like pretty decent. I haven't done a ton with the guns with Marionette, but like, I mean that's not too bad. It could definitely be better. But then like let's jump in and see it from the camera's perspective, and we'll animate the camera as well. Starting from up top, we'll add some animation to Jamoa too. But like for right now, this is like also kind of the nice thing is like if you know there's going to be frantic movement, which I might even add some handheld movement to this shot, which I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this or if I'm going to lock it to like the gun or something. I have no idea what that's gonna look like, but let's just see. Yeah, I mean it's not super great, but I think it can be fixed up. I think the movement is a little spastic. But it can also help kind of find different angles. Like if I want to do eventually, like, you know, who knows, maybe the shot turns into something where it rotates halfway around. I think the biggest thing right now is that the gun is not consistently in here. That's going to take a lot more constraints and baking to get right. Which again, I'm going to call my mom. So I think that's a good place to end it. And like I can definitely clean that up to get an even better result. But because my mom wants to talk on the phone, I'm going to call me mom. So, thank you so much for joining, for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this stream and getting to see a little bit behind the scenes workflow. Once again, tomorrow I'm going to be getting the mocap suit fixed. So I'll be able to breeze through a lot more of this a lot faster. But for a really cheap alternative, it works super well. As you can see, holding the guns isn't always the cleanest. But there's no like perfect solution for that. It just takes even more hand keen, and I get too easily distracted on stream to do that. The shot in the first episode where the ceremony guys were like firing the amendment and reloading, I locked in so hard for that. I'm really happy with how it turned out. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be working on getting this film done as soon as possible. We're aiming for that May 31st release date. But, you know, we will get it up as soon as it's ready because it's looking fantastic. I hope you all, and I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to share more. There are a lot of spoilers, so I'm trying to avoid as many as possible. But you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to put you away. We'll talk to you later. All right. Go have fun. Go play games. Go hang out with your family. And I hope you have a good time. We'll talk to you in a while. All right. You all have been a wonderful audience. Take care. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.